Hey everyone, it's Darin Benson with Performance Motorcoaches. I want to do a video that I really haven't ever done before. I've probably talked about certain things but never really brought two units into a video and kind of compared them. So this is a Showhauler, this is a Renegade. Showhaulers are much more custom. You can basically pick all kinds of things within the unit. We'll kind of go back and forth, so there'll be some overlapping information, but it was a good opportunity, especially given they almost look like twins here because of the paint, the bunk over, the blackout, everything like that. And so I thought this was a great opportunity to kind of highlight each one and kind of talk about things. So and some of the people in the industry would probably agree with me, to try to build the perfect motorhome, you could probably take aspects of both units to build the perfect motorhome. So what I like about Showhauler, it's all welded steel construction. So if you were to set this thing on its side, if you were to blow a tire and go down on its side, of course, the slide might not stay in it, but if it was on the other side, everything's gonna stay together. This is, a classic is all FRP walls. They're all screwed together. Now, I've seen them that have gone over on the side and they've been pretty robust, pretty stout. So not to say that this is death trap by any means, but that's definitely safer. Now, aesthetically, some people don't like all the lines associated with all the sheet metal. You know, if you're going to get into a major hailstorm, that's going to take the brunt of the hailstorm much, much better than the sheet metal on this. So as far as aesthetics, or we can basically build the same floor plans to a certain degree. All the plumbing is in the floor on a Renegade. All the plumbing is on top of the floor in the Showhauler. So certain mid-entry floor plans are a little bit more difficult on a Showhauler versus a Renegade. There are things that I think are a little bit cleaner and nicer. So baggage doors, baggage compartments, baggage doors. I love the simplicity of these baggage compartments. I don't think we've even adjusted this. The fact you get it right here and it closes. These are top swings, so a little bit more adjustment to them. To me, the compartments aren't quite as clean and nice and neat. Of course, that's crazy. We did a big 3,700 amp hour battery bank there. We'll go into wet bays. So the wet bays, we'll have to run all the way. You know, that works. The tanks go all the way across the coach on a Showhauler. They're 72 gallons apiece. We'll run over to the Renegade here in a minute and kind of show the difference. We can still kind of do the same thing. Definitely takes up less space down the side of the coach on a Showhauler versus a Renegade. Let's run over here and kind of talk about those. So wet bay here obviously takes up a lot more room. You have two 75-gallon tanks. Of course, they're tanks that are just on this side, so they don't go all the way across the coach. They're more well protected from cold weather. The element's really not a concern going across on a Showhauler versus the Renegade here, but for extremely cold temperatures, a lot of times what we'll do on a Showhauler, we'll put additional heat pads and we'll do a whole spray foam underneath. But just, you know, you can see this looks a little bit cleaner, nicer. This is kind of hidden in there. You do have a hydraulic register within the wet bay. You do have just a very simple, basically fill. You got more valves to contend with on a Showhauler. So in my book, the Renegade wins as far as the cleanliness of the wet bay. As far as space savings, the Showhauler wins. So they're, again, kind of difficult to say what is the best motorhome out there. I do like the way, like I said, all the side swing baggage doors, we can do them on a Showhauler. In fact, right next door, we've got some side swings, and we can do them fully locking. This is a little bit better than the top swings, in my opinion. Big deal entry door. Really, really stout, robust 3000 series entry door. Let's jump back over here. It's pretty cool right here. We did the big picture windows here, awnings, slide toppers, all that will kind of be the same all the way across the board. So a little bit less stout entry door. You know, it still serves its purpose, but you're going to hear a little bit more rattles to it. you can definitely tell that that big 3000 series is super stout. You know, there's a metal piece on here to be able, if you have a dogs or something like that that would scratch at the screen. So there again, just kind of preference. Now, for simplicity as far as building process, you'll notice all the Renegades will have a solid surface entry well. Of course, we'll generally do a tile all the way across the board. This is definitely faster, you know, but I don't particularly care for this product within the step well itself versus regular tile. I would rather just have tile, but I get why Renegade does it, because it's all purchased pieces and they can throw that together extremely fast. They do this for basically anti-slip. Trying to think of anything else outside-wise that really comparable one way or the other. The chassis is going to be the same. The spacing is going to be the same. We could do so many different chassis. We can do aero caps on Freightliner, regardless of the product. The cab cutouts we can do on a Renegade or a Showhauler. But let's go ahead and jump inside. I'll highlight a few things inside. So full integration on a Firefly inside the Renegade. So your slides, your water pump, awnings, everything, your heated tile floors, everything will be within this. The problem is with that, when this goes down, you're relying on one entire system. The Showhauler just basically uses it for lighting and some electrical, where you'll have independent thermostats. So it's nice to be able to have this as long as it's fully functioning, and knock on wood, we don't really have too many issues. The speed of a Renegade, it's crazy how fast they build them. I would say roughly 14 days from the time that they start the truck to the time they have a completed unit that spits it out the door. Not spits it out the door for use, but it spits it out the door as somewhat of a completed unit. Their inspection process is amazing. They do a phenomenal job inspecting. I would say the number one in the industry as far as the inspection process. They spend more time inspecting than they do building, and that's unheard of in the industry. So that's one thing that I really like about that. Show haulers, some of those are going to be 6-7 months in production. Their inspection process is not, just because they're a much smaller company, it's much different than what you would get with the Renegade. That's the reason why you need to find a really qualified dealer like this guy right here, and definitely our team if you're going to do a show hauler, in my opinion. Now, we'll kind of flip-flop around and kind of show you a few things. So, if you came to me and said, hey, Darin, I really like this floor plan. I want to build a Renegade, but I don't want this. I don't want to have this big giant cabinet here. I want to be able to see out. Well, in the Renegade, it's not going to happen. I could take this floor plan and deviate it in a show hauler and basically build anything you might want to build. If you want to just do cabinet here, if you want to eliminate this cabinet here, there's so many things, you don't take this cabinet and put another washer dryer in there. Show hauler, they don't care. They'll build it however you want. We can do it any which way you might want it. Do different cabinets, different hardware here at the dealership. Things like interior ceiling heights, all that will be kind of the same regardless of the product. Now let's get in the kitchen. So we build a lot of the same floor plan in a show hauler, and a lot of our customers say, hey, I want a full flip over couch, which means we have to run to a 72-inch couch, which means this kitchen has to get shorter, and we can do that in a show hauler. Renegade, they kind of put up, they're put up the wall and say we can't do this. We've been able to get a lot more things done, but in regards to show hauler, there's so many things we can do. Different backsplash. If you have a backsplash in your home in California, or if you saw one on vacation, we can basically put whatever backsplash in you might want. Countertops. Pretty much in the classic line, you'll get just this LG Corian, which is a lower line Corian. It looks good. It will scratch. Now, in a show hauler, if you want quartz, you want granite, you want formica, I don't care what you want. We can basically accommodate those as long as they're within the kind of the realm of what we do. But it is nice to be able to have granite. A lot of people have granite in their homes. And so some people prefer going with the show hauler so they could do the granite they might match in their home. As far as furniture goes, pretty much, lots of options on the furniture. And I would say we could probably, because we could do furniture after the fact, it's really not a big deal. But, Renegade will allow us, we could do a couch, we could do 2 theater seats. We could do lots of different things there. Now, if you're wanting leather, if you're wanting Villa, there's lots of different things that we can't necessarily do within a Renegade Showhauler. We can do the full line from Villa. If you want to order a coach without furniture and then have, say, this is Lambrite right here done after the fact, not a problem. Window valances, most of the Showhaulers will all be fully wood. Renegade is going back to a wood option on that. Now, things like ceiling fans, an option on either one, AC covers, lights, lots of different things that we can do. Escape hatch we can do on either product. This big cab cutout, obviously, we can do on a Renegade or a Showhauler. We'll come back to the bath area here. A few more options on appliances from Showhauler. So if you were gung-ho on doing a certain refrigerator, we can do it. Just prepare to pay a lot of money for it. Half bath, you know, the configuration won't change too much. You can do a macerator toilet in either product. Oddly enough, on the Renegade, if you decide you don't want a window at the head of the bed, we can do a window over here. This will obviously have to take and change up. Renegade is open to a few more changes. In fact, we got some units that are coming with drawers from the factory right there, which is kind of cool. But we'll come back here. You know, I would say, you know, kitchen and bath, people would probably have a lot more preference on. So if it was a major deal to be able to take and change your kitchen and your bath, Showhauler would definitely be something to kind of look more forward to. There again, tile showers. We can still do a tile shower within a Renegade, but not a gazillion options. And a Showhauler, we can basically do anything, you know, change up the shower. You know, each manufacturer will have different choices for wood stains. Windows is a big thing. So all Renegades will be frameless windows. A lot of our Showhaulers will be a frame windows, and we'll jump outside and kind of show you what I'm talking about. So all these are a framed window, so they basically slide open. So for the people that like lots of airflow, a framed window, one's gonna last longer, two, affords you a lot more airflow back and forth. Let's jump in the Showhauler and we'll kind of highlight a few things. This is this big stout door that I talked about. Instead of a magnet, you actually have a latch that holds this, but you can tell that screen door is much stouter. There we go. Tiled entryway, obviously it takes a lot more time to produce that tiled entry. Now, things that this customer wanted, we wanted a spot here to be able to put this cover. Now, they won't build one with an automatic cover in there yet, but you know, we did this. Customer wanted this right here to be able to protect his kids. Did the escape hatch here. Lots of different things. We could do this TV flat against the wall. We could do it at an angle. We could do it, this is on a mount that takes and pulls out. So lots of different stuff that we could do. Backsplash. Whatever backsplash you want. If you want 10,000 electrical plugs in there, basically Showhauler will build it however you want. Cooktop. This is a 220 cooktop. Everybody else uses a 110 cooktop. So the thing about this, if you're using your cooktop quite a bit, you'd probably want to go the full 220 because you can't take a 110 cooktop and both put them on the highest setting. Basically, as you increase one, the other will drop. So there again, it's lots of different options. Single bases versus dual basin sink option on a Showhauler. You pretty much just get the standard single basin. Most of this stuff we've done after the fact, so your hardware, that's all stuff we do here at the dealership. But we can do some overall customization within the kitchen here. We've got a lot of our new units without any AV centers because everyone's using Starlink. So we're basically able to regain this area. We'll just do sound bar and subwoofer. This customer, we did full cameras inside now, and it does have remote access, so we can see inside his coach or outside, and you can display all that. So that's some of the customization that I'm referring to. This customer wanted more storage here, so we just did a single combo unit, and then we got the major storage up top. Of course, we built this floor plan several times in the past. he elected to make the bunk beds a little bit shorter to accommodate another pantry here. Got a little bit of privacy curtain right there that was added. We wanted to slide switches up and out of the way there. There again, that's all custom. The backsplash here is pretty far out. We did the dual Victrons, the multi-pluses, affords a lot more convertibility in the way of boondocking. That would be an option with Showhauler, not so much on the Renegade side. In terms of bed widths, kind of the same on Renegade and Showhauler. We could do a 60, we could do a 66 or 72, just kind of depending upon what the floor plan will take. You can see here, did the large TV there again. If we wanted to take and design this cabinet a little bit different, put drawers here so you don't have this going around, lots of different stuff. We made this where basically you can drop your dirty clothes through that. And I think we did a safe in here. There's a safe in here, I just don't know where it's at. Must be hidden really. There it is, there it is. Actually, let me get that. So, rear bath right here. So this is a pretty good example. Lots of stuff here. So, you know, this customer wanted this particular tile. He matched it with his floor tile. We took the kitchen backsplash and put it as a strip in here. Different faucet, different hardware on there. So different backsplash, the quartz countertop. So a lot more customization. Now, in terms of resale, I really don't think there's too much of a difference. Probably the number one thing with the Showhauler, because they are so fully custom, you can kind of build some wild stuff. And I've seen that with some customers in the past where they've built the perfect coach for them, and it might be the perfect coach for them, but it might not be the perfect coach for others. So kind of keep that in mind. I would say Renegade will probably put you in a little bit more bubble to be able to say, hey, you know, we'll do this, but not this. So it's just kind of a matter of preference. Showhauler is getting much better on their timing. They were up to 2 years for a while. It got a little crazy. They're down to right about a year. We do have some open spots available coming up. So just kind of a matter of preference. You know, they're both great companies. They both have great attributes. You know, I don't think either one will build the perfect coach. Wish I could take them aspects of both of them and build the perfect coach. But until then, we'll kind of push here and push here to be able to kind of get what we think might be the perfect coach and what our customers might want as well. So appreciate you guys always watching these videos. Gonna do a handful of these today. My mind's racing. Customers are here. Crazy business. Appreciate everyone coming out watching the video, all the videos. Check us out online, pmcrv.com. I'm meeting customers tomorrow in Indiana. Back to Indiana, and then I've got customers there. So it's wild and crazy, but one thing we are seeing is, I wouldn't say the coach business is slowing down for us. Other dealers, large dealers, they don't have the focused customer service. That's probably the number one thing that we're seeing changing. So we're appreciative of that, and we understand that, you know, the customers do deserve more, and I think that's why we're staying incredibly busy. So make sure you guys like, tag, and subscribe.